President Biden touts stellar jobs results at the State of the Union, but does the data support this? Hello, this is ChartGPT today. Yes, at the recent State of the Union address by Joe Biden, he made a big display about how his job record is really stellar and coming back from the brink. Let's take a look at if really any of that's true, but first let's take a real brief listen to what he's saying about the job situation in America.
Is on the brink. Now our economy is literally the envy of the world. 15 million new jobs in just 3 years, a record. Unemployment at 50-year lows.
Interesting. I guess maybe the lights are too bright. He's kind of squinting there. Don't know what's going on there. But anyway, it is what it is. So he says that everything's wonderful. But the reality is, these 15 millions, this is coming from the COVID low. Basically, everybody was locked down. There's very little work going on. And of course, this is what's caused what he claims is he did all this. Well, I kind of beg to differ on that one. But it is what it is. So let's take a look at, aside from the COVID issue about measuring peak to troughs incorrectly, let's take a look at the jobs report that just came out here late last week here. And we see the monthly jobs in the NFP has done fairly well, 275. But you can see that's come down. And most of this was the bounce off of the COVID, and now they're kind of trickling down. 275, I would call it meh, not necessarily a great report, but it's not necessarily a horrible report either, and that's probably the reality. Taking a look at the unemployment rate, it's starting to tick up a little bit. Now, this is what everybody's talking about. He even mentioned it in his speech about soft landing. He thinks there's a soft landing coming, so no fear of a horrible recession coming. Some people would disagree with that, but we'll see. But it has ticked up here a little bit, and it's certainly not at 50-year lows, but it is low. Here's where all the jobs are being created. It's mostly in kind of what we call friction things, not actually in construction, manufacturing. There've been and we can see that over the past reports there. Most of the jobs growth are in government, private education, and health services. So again, those are needed services, but not necessarily showing strong manufacturing and production growth in the economy. We all need doctors, but that doesn't necessarily build us the things that we want in our lives. Here's labor force participation rate. It's at 62.5. It was basically dead. You can see it's well below the COVID numbers. So we still got that. We still haven't recovered from COVID. So I guess that's another issue to be worried about. Kind of the kicker in the jobs report that they put out is the revisions. Some people think that they're playing with the books here. The January was a blowout 353 print, but it was revised sharply lower to 229, and of course this has been the pattern here. The BLS has been way overestimating the jobs reports that come out, so one wonders this number that's come out this time will be revised again as well. Not too many revisions up, but rather down. But here's kind of the kicker here, the divergence. The difference between establishment survey and household survey. Of course, the one you see on the news is the establishment survey, and it continues to climb, while the actual payroll numbers, which you have to dig down for, is actually leveled off here for almost a year and is now heading downwards. And of course, this is a real concern of the Fed in terms of interest rates, et cetera, et cetera. We'll have to look at that at another time. Bottom line is, I wouldn't call this a stellar jobs situation. On the other hand, it's not falling off of a cliff. So it kind of goes into that divergence there. Take a look at the AI, and it gives you more information, the difference between those reports, both put out by the BLS, by the way. And take our online poll. As Biden suggests, will the economy suffer just a mere soft landing in 2024, as Biden claims, or something much more darker? In any case, check that out in the description box on the post link. Now don't forget to subscribe.